G'day guys, Steve Morgan here for Fishing Monthly Magazines at the halfway point of the Zerek BARRA Tour. I'm with Lindsay Dobe from Barra World here in Proserpine. And Lindsay, you've been watching the tour from afar today. We've just been to Kinchint, we've been to Teenborough. There's been some absolute giant fish come out of those lakes, a 124 in Kinchint, 126 in Teenborough. But we're coming to this lake of yours, Peter Faust Dam, and yours because you're the mayor of Peter Faust, we know that. What do you think the chances are of us knocking off some of those 120 plus centimetre fish in the coming few tournaments?
Well, they're definitely in there. You know, we had the cyclone early this year where the dam did come up, but we were really lucky it didn't go over the wall, so we didn't lose any fish. So yeah, those big fish that were there last year, they'll be there again this year. But it is going to take a bit of pip in those ones. Well,
there was the thing we've changed to this year with the Barra Tour is we're measuring the fish, but we're putting the DPI length weight curve on them to give it an estimated weight. And I know you know the American guys that like catching their largemouth bass. You fished with Johnny Morris. The guys in the very first tournament caught about 160 pound plus limit of barra for 5 fish. Now we both know the all-time weight record for 20 fish for largemouth bass in the Bassmaster tournaments is about 135 pounds. So 5 fish out of Kinchint knocked that off. I'm just hoping that someone in Faust here, because these fish are pretty long fish, can knock off that 200 pound mark. How good would it be to catch a 5 fish limit of fish for over 100 kilos or 200 pound? Yeah,
that's for sure. It'd be special, all right, won't it? Yeah, it's the place to do it too. You know, there's a lot of big fish. Look at last year's comp. It was crazy, you know. Things were sort of arcing up last year before the tournament when you guys got to town. This year it's been a bit different. It's been a little bit of a hard bite, you know. We've had like storms coming through. The fish react differently to storms in the dam than what they do in the wild, so it can be a bit hard before the storm. But just last night I think things have turned around, you know. Perfect timing, you just get it right every time.
Well, that's not accidental. We like last few days before the full moon hitting this place, and yes, you are correct. Last year went nuts on the full moon, and we have, of course, the last night of the tour is under that big bright moon, and it's the all-night tournament where the guys just go crazy. Now, one of the things you need to do when you're coming to fish Peter Faust Dam is you have to drop into Barra World here at Proserpine. You have to talk to the mayor of Peter Faust Dam. I want you to show me some of the Zerek baits that people have been buying to catch these fish. So take us to the Zerek wall.
Show you what's left.
That's it. Let's go there. And look, and as Lindsay goes up there, you'll notice camo barra thongs right there. Essential for every barra tournament fisherman. Now, look, yeah, I noticed I was looking through here before and the wall's a little bit bare. There's been people buying things, and you know the story about the first event of this tour. The guy caught that metre 24 on, I think, exactly that bait there that he got for his kit. So, in Faust, what are the popular Zerek baits?
Definitely, I like these here. The old flat shads, they go really well. We're fishing the shallow weeds, and it is weedy. It's really weedy. At least with the flat shad, you can pull it over the weed a little bit easier than you can the vibes. But certainly when the fish go off those flats and come out into that sort of edge, I call it, the edge water, where you've got that sort of, I guess it's 10 feet to 20 feet of water between the shallow points and the creeks, that's where these fellas come into it. They're really good.
That's right, and so there's fish traps. I was tying one on last night. I'm not silly. I tied on what the guy caught the big one on the other day, and they've got a very like a discernible action. You can feel them working at the end of the rod, and we were sort of hopping them down points. Is that how you fish them here, or do you slow roll them?
Yeah, I like slow roll them too. Slow roll them. Yeah, it's not a really slow roll with the fish traps. So you know you get that little bit more speed, and you'll feel it. Like you said, you can tell when you're going fast enough. You'll feel the little vibe coming through it, and that works fine. Pause them, let them sink down again, then start your retrieve a little bit quicker. Yeah, it works well.
So, and the other thing I notice is that the terminal tackle on these is pretty good straight out of the box. You can just tie them on and start fishing. Do you modify these when you fish with them, or you put them straight on?
No, I put them straight on. All these soft, with the soft vibes, I think because the lure actually bends a bit, you don't have to worry about the really big heavy hooks, and I like those. They're prickly. They're not too thick, you know. Sometimes with the thick hooks, it's a bit hard to get them set right in, but these thinner, you know, a bit strong, but thin trebles, they work really well, yeah.
Well, Zerek's a great sponsor of the ABT Tour, and Lindsay's a great supporter of what we do here. If people are coming into town, that you're not far off the highway, you're about 20 metres off the highway here. Just explain where you are in town.
Yeah, we're just on the highway as you're coming into Prosy, on the right-hand side, straight across the road from the Caltex Servo, and we've got a bit of parking out the front here. You can spin around with the boat on, so yeah, call in.
Yep, and if you want to follow the results, the cell service at the lake isn't great. Any results we can get through will go on the abt.org.au website via the Track My Fish app. But each night when we come back in, we'll compile those results. You'll wake up in the morning and see if the absolute thrashing the guys are going to give to these fish here at Faust. Thanks for having us, Lindsay.
Good on you.